First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Ford Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
That's good.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here we go. Here we go. 72.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. The Lions had 3 and 10 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack.
By
Shamar Turner.
A loss of 11.
What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They need 18 yards here on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To the air, Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Running left is Edwards. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw is Williams. Now he'll tuck this and run. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Colston Loveland, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
A gain of 12 yards.
Now they'll change things up.
And this is going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand for this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
This one complete to Yoshivas.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Andre Yoshivas.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0.
Lions nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll set up a throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
That's good. 4 on Lions.
That'll go as a pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
To Williams on a jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
19, head to 60, head to 60. Slam, check.
They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Back to throw here. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown with career touchdown number 60. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Come on.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They run once more with Edwards.
And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
To throw, Williams. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Colston Loveland from 8 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite level production.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Lions 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Cowboy 80.
He'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. This ball caught by Strange. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
On the set. Hey, check that. Let's go.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker. Now it's 2nd and 10.
15-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At the 4-yard line.
Gibbs is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
On the play leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Lions take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Chicago. Andre Yoshibas with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Point after here coming up.
For the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Bears 21, Lions 14.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Back at the 31-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. This is taken at the 18. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Williams. Now he's going to step up and run. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Up the middle, it's Edwards. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That's good.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
It's a gain of 10. And the Bears first down.
Open man is Yoshibas. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got his man in stride, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line.
That's another Bears first down.
They'll run the toss here. Edwards. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
16 yards.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14.
Bears 28, Lions 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
27-yard line.
Ready up.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Now he's loose at the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Over the middle, he's got to Slaw. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
28, Lions 21. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs are must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
That's downfield. He's got Loveland. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A gain of 7. First down, Chicago.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Williams looking to do it himself. It's Edwards again. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way to counter for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Given 2 yards on that one, 2nd and goal now.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Lions 21.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. And they'll begin by running the option. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
19 Lions, go!
Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Pick it up! Terrible! Awful! Seriously! Just
a big play looming on 3rd down.
Here we go! Here we go!
They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Lions.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 72 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run to the Rutgers man, Kyle Monungai.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this